Alright, so we have successfully installed Anaconda. Now we need to see how you can use Jupyter Notebook and the Python. Let's go ahead and open the Anaconda. I open Anaconda prompt by typing here Anaconda prompt. Then I need to open it into administrator mode so that whenever I install some libraries, then those libraries get installed correctly without throwing any error. Thereafter, I need to come back here into download folders. Then I just copy this path from here. Alright. Then I see here download. Alright. So anyway, the download isn't there. I need to go back, and maybe one more time I need to go back. Thereafter, I go inside the users folder. Then I go inside users folder. Then I see here the dir. Thereafter, I go into Lakshmi folder, that's my name there, and thereafter I go there in download folders. Alright, so once I go here in the download folder, let me just zoom in so that you can see it clearly. In this download folder, I open Jupyter Notebook by typing here Jupyter-Notebook. Once you type this Jupyter-Notebook, then you will see that you got here the Jupyter Notebook. So this Jupyter Notebook will open into a default folder here, and there we have here a default folder. Now I'm going to show into a default browser. So after opening this into default browser, I'm going to show you some shortcuts of the Jupyter Notebook. So the purpose of this lesson is just showing you some shortcuts of the Jupyter Notebook. I start here. Now suppose that this is your notebook and it will open in download folder. Whatever the files you are having in your download folder, those will be listed here. You can create a new file notebook from here. You can simply click on the Python and then this will create a new file. Thereafter, you can see all these known as the menu bar, or you can say the toolbar. You can hide this toolbar by pressing here toggle header. Now you see this header, there was earlier header. So this header is now hidden. Let's say I say here test file. Header was earlier hidden, but now it is being shown. Thereafter you can say the toggle toolbar. So there was the toolbar. So this toolbar says that by pressing here you can save this particular notebook. By typing here you can add new cell. But do remember, this will add a cell after the selected cell. Suppose that this one is your selected cell, and if you press here plus sign, it will add a cell after this selected cell, and this one will cut this cell. Alright, so when you press this, then that is going to cut the cell, whatever the cell you have highlighted there. Then this is going to copy a cell. Suppose that you copy it here. Then it has copied this selected cell. You can simply paste it here. So a new cell will be pasted after the selected cell. With this, you can actually bring it up and down, something like here. You can bring that down. After running this, you can run a particular cell. Like I say a equal to 1, then it is going to run this selected cell. And the number will be shown here. That means that many times a particular cell has been the run in a file there. This is going to interrupt the execution whenever you are doing a long execution. Then if you press this particular button there or the toolbar, that's going to stop the execution. With this, you can restart your notebook just by clicking there the restart, and this one is going to execute all cells in your notebook starting from here. So it runs this one, and this one. So it has successfully completed all these there in one go. And this says that you can convert any cell, selected cell, either into the code or markdown. So the markdown is used to write some documentation. If you do something like that, then you can write it documentation. So use this to write documentation, something like this. Alright. And you can simply convert it again into a code cell by typing this, and if you try to run it into a code cell, it is going to throw you the error. And by putting here hash sign before these before the any sentence or the line of the code, it is going to make that comment there. Let's go ahead and save some space. I'm going to just hide the header, and then I'm going to hide the toolbar. Thereafter, you can also display here the numbers. You can press simply the toggle line number, then it is going to give you here the line numbers there. You can also use here insert to insert the cell. Insert cell above. You can simply press it to insert the cell above. You can press this insert a cell to below of the selected cell. I just press there. It's going to insert a cell below the selected cell. Alright, after doing all these, the same thing you can see here what we had seen previously there in the toolbar. Like you can run a cell by pressing the control and the enter. So suppose that you want to run this particular cell, you can simply press here a control and there the enter button. So this control and enter is going to run your cell there. You just need to press it. Alright. You can also use there shift and the enter to execute a cell. But the difference is that if you press the control, you see there the control and the enter, and you see there the selected cell, it's going to execute the cell, but your focus will stay on the same cell. But if you press here shift and the enter, the focus will change and it will move to the next cell. And if you press alt and the enter, it is going to execute the cell and then it will insert here new cell. Suppose that if you highlight here the first one, then you press alt and the enter and just run it, it's going to insert here a new cell. That's the shortcut there. Other than that, you see there is the shortcut to, we had seen a shortcut to insert a cell above a selected cell by pressing A, and insert a cell by, the selecting cell below the selected cell. For example, I do here this one as the selected cell, and then this one I say that the non-selected. Okay. Then suppose that I want to insert a cell below this cell. How would you do that? If I press here B, then obviously it is not going to insert any cell. So how would you insert a cell? We need to click it somewhere else. Otherwise, you need to click here escape. Once you click the escape, now you see that the cursor which was blinking there, that is gone now. Once that cursor is gone, then you click there a B. If you click a B, then a new cell is inserted there. And similarly, if you select this cell and you put your cursor inside, then you can click on somewhere here so that your cursor will stop blinking here, or you can press here escape button so that this cursor will stop blinking, and then you press there A, so this A is going to insert a new cell there. And similarly, you can press here X to cut a particular cell. You select this cell, press the X. You select this cell, press X. Otherwise, you can select this cell, then press here shift button, and then you select there the multi-shift or multi-selection you can do at one time, and then you can press there X to cut all those cells at once. These are some shortcuts. You can get the more shortcuts here by pressing the keyboard shortcut H. So there are so many shortcuts which you can use here to expedite your coding there. So if you remember all these shortcuts, this is going to be really very helpful to you. For example, some shortcuts are here. Let's say you want to convert, you want to insert here a new cell. I press here A multiple times, so a multiple cell is added. Now I want to convert it into a markdown cell so that I can write some documentation there. I press there simply M there. If I press M, it is now converted into markdown language. And then if I press here 1, it is going to select heading 1. If I press here 2, it is going to select heading 2, or 3, heading 3, or 4, heading 4. It's going to do like that. If I press 1, this is actually the heading 1. And if I run it here, shift and the enter, it's going to move to the second cell. And I press here M and select 2, then it is going to be the here heading 2. And again, if I run it and then select here 3, first I need to select here M and 3, and then I put my cursor there, and then I write here the heading 3. So that's how you can you can work with the Jupyter Notebook and you can utilize your keyboard shortcut to make your coding process faster. Alright, so this is all about in this lesson. Thanks a lot for watching this. I'll see you in next one.